inside the brains of super-agers. Why some octogenarians have extraordinary memories. When it comes to aging, we tend to assume that cognition gets worse as we get older. Our thought may slow down or become confused, or we may start to forget things, like the name of our high school English teacher or what we meant to buy at the grocery store. But that's not the case for everyone. For a little over a decade, scientists have been studying a subset of people they call super-agers. These individuals are age 80 and up, but they have the memory ability of a person 20 to 30 years younger. Most research on aging and memory focus on the other side of the equation, people who develop dementia in their later years. But if we are constantly talking about what's going wrong in aging, it's not capturing the full spectrum of what's happening in the older adult population, said that E, a professor of neurology at the University of Chicago, who published one of the first studies on super-agers in 2012. A paper published last month in the Journal of Neuroscience helps shed light on what's so special about the brains of super-agers. The biggest takeaway, in combination with the companion study that came out last year on the same group of individuals, is that their brains have less atrophy than their peers' brains do. The research was conducted on 119 octogenarians from Spain, 64 super-agers, and 55 older adults with normal memory abilities for their age. The participants completed multiple tests assessing their memory, motor, and verbal skills, underwent the brain scans and blood draws, and answered the question about their lifestyle and behaviors. The scientists found that the super-agers had more volume in areas of the brain important for memory, most notably the hippocampus and entorhinal cortex. They also had better preserved connectivity between regions in the front of the brain that are involved in cognition. Both the super-agers and the control group showed minimal signs of Alzheimer's disease in their brains. By having two groups that have low levels of Alzheimer's markers, but striking cognitive differences and striking differences in their brain, then we are really speaking to a resistance to age-related decline, said Dr. B, a professor of clinical neuroscience at the Polytech University of Madrid, who led the studies. These findings are backed up by Dr. R's research, initially conducted when she was at Northwestern University, which showed that super-agers' brains looked more like 50 or 60-year-old's brain than their 80-year-old peers. When followed over several years, the super-agers' brains atrophied at a slower rate than average. No precise numbers exist on how many super-agers there are among us, but Dr. R said they are relatively rare, noting that far less than 10% of the people she sees end up meeting the criteria. The case for afternoon exercise. A few small studies suggest the best workout time at least for elite athletes, might be the least convenient for many of us. Body temperature, which is lower in the morning but peaks in late afternoon, plays a role in athletic performance. Several recent small studies with competitive athletes suggest that lower body temperature reduces performance, and the afternoon workout help them play better and sleep longer. The case for evening exercise. This latest study may not settle the debate, but it certainly suggests that those struggling with obesity might benefit from a later workout. It's an emerging area of research. We haven't done all the experiments. We are learning a lot every month. The case that it may not matter. While many of these studies are fascinating, none of them are definitive. Most are simply showing a correlation between exercise times and the health and the benefits, not identifying them as the cause.